What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the N-Ext DIY channel. I'm Jimmy Lewis and this is my second video on this channel, so if you haven't seen my first video, go ahead and make sure you check the link in the description or in the top corner. Talked about applying some of the N-Ext products, and I gave a few tips on how to better use a hose end sprayer. Tonight I'm going to be starting a project that I'm going to be working on throughout the season this year at my house. I live in Utah and I have some very, very hard clay soil here, and I find that the area of my yard that struggles the most with that clay soil type is the backyard. A little bit of background: we didn't use any topsoil when we seeded this about 5 years ago, 6 years ago almost, but as you can see, it's over time come in really well. I've done really well back here with the grass, but some things have changed recently and it's led to some new things that I want to keep an eye on and try and stay on top of. So I'm going to be using Aerate tonight, and I want to tell you why. So let's get started. So my backyard's about 8,500 square feet, give or take. It's a very open space full of grass. It's mostly turf. The only thing back here that's not turf is the trampoline we put in last fall, and we'll talk about that area in a second. But since I've started really taking care of the grass back here, the areas back here where it kind of slopes down have been troublesome for me. This area here is prone to heat stress and the grass is a little bit thinner. Same with an area over here, and I'm finding that this area over here that's starting to get a lot more foot traffic because of the trampoline is having similar issues. So I feel like a lot of compaction issues are happening here. I do aerate every fall with a mechanical aerator, but I want to do more during the growing season to help with that, to make sure that that soil is loose, that there's airflow, that any kind of water, nutrients, things like that are able to get down into the root system, strengthen those roots. And I'm looking again to the N-Ext products to do that. Now, I do put down RGS regularly, I do put down Humic 12 regularly. I'm also applying Aerate regularly, and regular applications of that product are going to go ahead and loosen up the soil, and I feel like it's going to help sustain growth and kind of minimize and mitigate compaction in these areas. So let me show you the product, let me show you how much of it I'm going to use and how I'm going to apply it in the backyard here tonight. Okay, so here is Aerate, fresh bottle here, hasn't even been opened yet. I've got another bottle here that I'm about to finish off, so I'll finish that one off and then open this guy up. One thing to note about Aerate is it's a 005, so there's some potash in here, which is great. Potassium is something I'm deficient in my yard. You've also got 8% humic acid, which is nice. We're getting some more humic from this application. Also, one thing to note, dilution is key here for this product. I dilute anyway in my dial and spray. I talked about that in my last video. So we're going to continue to dilute. This does say on the instructions on the label, which you should be reading the label. If you're not reading the label, read the label. Minimum 6 ounces per 1,000 and maximum 9 ounces per 1,000. I'm going to do 6 ounces per 1,000 ortho dial and spray, and I've got a new addition to my hose setup that I want to show you too that I think will be kind of nice. Now, I did make a slight adjustment to my hose setup here. I did add this valve, which I think will be really nice if I'm switching out between a hose end sprayer and just a standard hose. I don't have to turn the water off. I don't have to walk all the way around to the back of the house where my hose bib is to turn that off. I can just switch this valve off here, swap it out, and do what I need to do. right, that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for me here. I'm really hoping that over time, I don't expect it a whole lot of change after one application, but I feel like throughout the season I can work on correcting this compaction issue with Aerate and other products from the N-Ext line, and I plan on putting down regular applications 1 to 2 times a month or so, at least, maybe even more. We'll see. Kind of check in on it after a while and see how it's going. But I know that over time this is going to really help. So make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. Make sure you hop on over to my channel and subscribe. I'll be having videos with regular updates on what's going on back here, and you can kind of see how things are looking. So make sure you're subscribed, follow along. Link to the Aerate product will be in the description below for you so that you can get yourself some as well. There's lots of content on Aerate out there, and there's lots of really good content out there too. So make sure that you're following along, everybody that's talking about it. Get these different viewpoints, different perspectives. I really like how this channel's set up with these different perspectives and use cases, and I feel like it gives you guys a lot of different options and a lot of different ideas to try yourself. So that's my use case here. I'm fighting compaction, I'm fighting heat stress in some areas back here. So make sure that you're following along and see how the results turn out. Hope that's helpful for you. Thanks so much for watching. For N-Ext DIY, I am Jimmy Lewis, and I will see you next time.